What happens if an heir objects to the sale of a house going through probate with full authority? What can you do? Well, we'll get into that right now. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brendan Moore, California Realtor and Certified Probate and Trust Specialist by the California Association of Realtors.
And I'm Bill Heyman. I'm a licensed professional fiduciary, a licensed California real estate broker, as well as a registered and bonded California legal document assistant specializing in probate.
Please like this video, subscribe to our channel. Want your probate done for no fee? Every day we help people save thousands of dollars and eliminate headaches with our one-of-a-kind probate administration service and real estate listing combo in California. Please reach out to us with any questions. Comment on this video. Our contact information is below. Email, call, text, because we can help you. All right, so you have the sale of a house in probate and there's full authority and house has gone on the market, an offer's been accepted.
Yep.
And at this point, a notice of proposed action has been sent to heirs. The heir receives it and oh my gosh, they objected to it. Now this is an interesting situation and I really haven't seen this very much. What happens? What can you do?
Well, you're right. It generally doesn't happen very often, but occasionally it does, where you get an heir that objects to the sale of the house on the notice of proposed action form. I have a little list here of a few things that you can try to do, accomplish that may overcome that. The first thing is the administrator or the attorney, if there is one, should try to communicate with the heir. Find out why did that heir object? What was the reason? It might be something simple, something such as, well, I wanted mom's couch and you wouldn't give it to me, so I'm objecting to sale. Fine, give him mom's couch and he can withdraw his objection and have the sale go through. A lot of times it's something relatively easy to cure if you just open up the lines of communication with that heir who objected. Another thing, the other alternative is if you can't get that heir to, in writing, withdraw their objection, you can go through a court confirmation sale like you have to do when you have limited authority. Because that way, really, if the heir is going to object, he or she has to show up in court at the hearing date and has to give the judge evidence as to why the sale should not go through. And it's most likely that if the sale is at market value, the judge is not going to let the heir stop the sale. So that's your second choice. Third choice, which can get expensive and you have to hire an attorney to do this, is you can actually hire a probate attorney to file a special petition with the court and state all the reasons why the heir's objection is not valid. And then the judge will review that with a hearing, and the judge may order that the heir's objection be withdrawn. But again, that's kind of a last resort. You most likely would go through a court confirmation hearing unless there's no time to do that. You're going to lose the buyer. Then you may want to have the attorney, hire an attorney to file that special petition and try to get the judge to basically order that the heir's objection is not valid and let it go through. But really, those are kind of the 3 or 4 little options that you have. It's not a good situation when an heir objects. It's just not. But as you stated in other videos, communication is key. A lot of times, if you just open up those lines of communications with that heir and find out what the real reason they're objecting for, you can usually take care of it, get that heir to withdraw their objection.
And you really don't want it to go to a court confirmation hearing.
And you may lose your buyer. If you've got a buyer under full authority and all of a sudden he sees that he's got to go through court, he may just back out at that point.
That could be a costly situation. Of course, in your situation, there might even be an objection because they didn't think the sales price was high enough. And if it was marketed appropriately, then it likely is.
Yeah.
But if it was like some sort of a sweetheart off market deal, that is maybe something as an administrator, why you don't want to answer one of those investors' phone calls and do it that way, because then you could force yourself into something that is more problematic and costly.
Yeah, you're right. And if that was the case, then the heir has a valid objection and you probably will end up at a court hearing and the judge will probably not be happy with what the administrator was trying to do. Could cause the administrator a lot of problems.
Now, something that I do see a lot is that, a lot of times that heirs aren't very savvy in real estate, never owned real estate, something like that. Maybe haven't seen the home in a while, maybe are in their head overvaluing it because they saw maybe a much nicer version of that house in the neighborhood, still for quite a bit higher recently, or whatever they heard in the media that homes are flying off the market or something like that, is making their opinion of value higher than really it should be. Or maybe the probate referee, which we talked about in some of our videos prior, valued the house at a price that really wasn't in line with the market and the condition of the interior of that home. And watch some of our videos on probate referees and what they actually do and why their appraisal isn't necessarily really the real value of the house.
Yeah, exactly.
But that could be a reason. And really that just takes a little bit of education, maybe a comparative market analysis report from your realtor to the administrator, and they can share that with their family, some real market data. Anything else you'd like to add on this one, Bill?
No, I think those are the main key points that I wanted to cover on that.
One thing that I think that people should do, so hopefully if you've started the probate process, this one still applies to you. We have a video called How Much Does Probate Cost in California? And it comes up with different options you have to probate an estate and what the costs are and how much money you can actually save by going through different methods. We have that one link next, going to appear right above Bill's head.